As a vegan in training, I'm afraid I'll be biased on this subject, but through my research over the past 8 months, I've found a common ground between all diets, and that is food is a crime. My objective when going on this diet was to target both sides and expose myths. You had one side saying animal protein is good and plant-based diets are weak. The other says fruit is the way to go, and those vegans irritate me. I don't like how both sides would use technology, specifically YouTube propaganda, and call that research. That is not research. I couldn't tell that a ketogenic diet works when people on the diet are allowed to throw in 3 cheat days every month instead of staying true to it. Data is lost when you cheat. However, they should understand that more red meat leads to an increased risk of cancer and heart disease later down the road. Given the long-term effect of it is cancer and cancer itself, because the body has to produce an overabundance of ketones from the liver in order to support cells as energy from carbs is lost. This ends up feeding the cancerous cells that are already dividing in your body as we speak. In order to support the cells as energy is lost from carbs. On the contrast, we have vegans who do this diet for a purity standard instead of actually teaching people to become plant-based. This then scares people away from being vegan, which hurts the planet, as no restaurants want to serve a picky vegan. Eat your veggie burger grilled with some type of butter and shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut the fuck up. God damn you. You could have asked. You could have asked before you ordered, dipshit. But you didn't. You just assumed, dipshit. Fucking dipshit vegan you are. Fuck you. Fuck you. I wrote this essay, fuck you. We got 400 more words to go. This project allowed me to expose that, and I feel good about slapping both sides in the face. I think the common ground for us as humans is vegetarian, dairy-free, or egg-free. It's hard to exclude both, as the milk part is easy, because it's in everything from pasta sauce to pies, which can be made without milk. Plus, egg replacers are hard to find in this area. Yes, egg replacers are hard to find. You go to the store, Just Egg is all that's there. Why is Just Egg the only thing that exists? I'm not sure, but it pisses me off. Let's continue on. I think the statistics don't lie about who is wrong when it comes to food, but it's obvious that starving ourselves to an extreme beyond what is required for an actual vegan diet, or increasing the risk of disease to the overabundance of animal proteins, and hurting how the body functions is also wrong. Also, vegans who are good eat byproducts in an event where food is scarce, and you aren't doing research on your body. I want you to take a look at your work and look around at what you accomplished by going vegan. We output Dean Foons in Chapter 11 Bankruptcy so that the little guy who milks cows humanely can feed his family, as that window has now opened. Honestly, when you take a look at the impact vegans and vegetarians have, it helps the world around us. That's a good thing. And you can't believe about what the media says about any diet, because most are paid to gain weight before the diet, and vegan YouTubers are most likely fake and contradicting. That's right, I said it. Most vegan YouTubers are fake and contradicting. That is true. There's not enough studies in the US to say, hey, vegan is better than vegetarian. There's not enough diets to say, hey, this is real. I know that I was able to gain weight on this vegan diet despite the mistreatment taken for being thin. But we'll continue on to see what happens over the long term, over the months, as more time is needed for this diet study, as this is unknown right now. And most diet studies are short term. Thank you. Thank you for reading my piece of shit. In conclusion, because you're still here, food is a crime because it tends to divide us. Uneducated vegans will tend to make this more about a purity standard rather than trying to teach others to become plant-based. While those not on a plant-based diet will deny that it's biologically healthier to cut out meat, and oftentimes talk down about how both plant-based suggestions could work for them, but find the Impossible Whopper somewhat tasty. I know you do, you son of a bitch. That's why they're 2 for $6 now. Suck my balls. Those who want to be a vegan the right way will get confused and not know what to do when being pulled by the far left and right and give up. I don't want that for anyone on this diet. Just be yourself. Just do the best you can, and the rest will show. Honestly, the rest will show if you just be you. There's no entry level to vegan. There's none of that. There's no starting point because it's a gradual build. And then once you go too far the mountain, you lose oxygen and die. Which is why I like to be at tier 2, thank you. I'm vegan because I want to see what the benefits are and how I can apply the good aspects of it to my life and others as well. I enjoy the fact that I have less head pressure on this diet, which might prove that vegans do have higher blood proteins, plastids, to reduce inflammation in the body compared to meat-based diets. Therefore, it works for me. So in the end, ask yourself, why are you dieting? What are the goals you're trying to accomplish by switching it up? Is it health, mood, or simply just to get an edge on someone? Whatever it might be, please don't ever criminalize yourself or others around you in doing so. This means hanging out with the family and bring your own food to Thanksgiving, vegans. That's right, the vegans that choose not to hang out with their family on holidays because they think it's too big of a deal. Make your own food, you dipshit. And for the rest, to not cheat in order to give yourself the best results. Thank you again. But we need 2 conclusions in here. I've been wanting to say this for a long time. Oh, I have. You know, tonight I accidentally ate Morningstar Farms Parmesan chicken wings. I feel so bad, like I'm going to die. I'm going to just fall over dead in my sleep. And all the vegans are going to kill me. They're gonna come to my house and shoot me up. I'm pretty sure they will. Oh my gosh, why don't you do it? Better yet, kidnap me. I like to be kidnapped instead of shot up. I think it's more humanely to kidnap someone than to shoot them right there. Because at least if they're locked in a cage, they're still getting food, water, and shelter, and free rent. So, but But honestly, when we look at like what's really good about a plant-based diet, we need to understand that there is a like a line that gets to be drawn as to where this actually begins. And to be honest, it's when the vegetarian gives up fish. Because the goal is just to simply reduce the suffering of animals. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Yeah, we can make the excuse that, the vegan ones cost more when they're only 2 cents more. Or we could, or we can make an excuse that, that the only option I'm being served tonight as a vegan is 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 meatless wings with a little bit of parmesan, and that's my only meal tonight. I don't know how to go about it. I like to reduce my dairy consumption. So anytime I like actually put stuff in my mouth, I get pissed off. Because when you do something good for a long time and you get well at it, and no one and it makes you really happy because you're committed to it. I think that's great. I think it's wonderful to be committed to something. I think it's wonderful to be committed to being plant-based. I don't think it's wonderful to make a fuss when you get served the wrong thing. I don't think it's appropriate to make a fuss when you get served the wrong thing. You could just be kind and say, "Hey, this has milk in it." Or you could just eat it. Because not saying anything seems to be the better around in the world now. Am I right? If you don't say anything, life is good, life is peaceful. If you don't say anything, life is good. No one knows. You could have sexsomnia and touch yourself in your sleep. And as long as you don't say anything about it, no one will know. You won't get help, but you won't feel bad saying it. So, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna eat my Parmesan wings. And if you hate me for that, then you have to ask yourself, what moral values do you have? I don't want to cause a fuss anymore. All I gotta do is sprinkle my Parmesan cheese on it and it cancels out. It's like when I put vegan cheese in mac and cheese. I was trying to cancel out some of the lactose. And yeah, my body might recognize it as a foreign body, but that's okay. Let me be punished. Let me be punished. Let me see what happens if I do switch back to vegetarian for one night. And if my body gets sick, then oh well. It's good to torment your body that way, I think. I think it is because you are the test subject. You're testing yourself. And that's a wonderful thing. So, I'm John Deere. You'll have a who-filled day, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.